All right, now you got sound. Let me start that over. Talk about the S&P again. Let me know when you guys can hear me. I know there's like a little bit of a delay. But I'll start off with the S&P because the sound should be coming through right now. I'm just going to back out to the daily chart. Does anybody else have that problem with Thinkorswim when you literally click the daily chart and it goes to like a different time frame? There is a extension long here from the high of March 27th to high. Now that 50% retracement is a 29.32. That is going to be major support moving forward. That 29.32, just so you know, that's going to be major support moving forward. We won't begin another heavy down move until we crack that level. Just so you guys know, like, hey, when's the next wave down? It's below 29.32 on the daily chart. Ever since we traded that level, there was an incredible reaction on Monday. It was just a huge reversal candle. And we started the day in a halfway back long, and then we moved into an extension. And this current extension is what we are inside of. It's a 29.8175 to high. 29.8175 to high. Now, we traded our supports on Tuesday, and we rotated back to the top of the range. Yesterday, we spent all day consolidating inside what was halfway back longs. Okay, and those broke in the overnight session, and then we just retested support. Now, you could make the argument that that high of Tuesday to low is getting sold into. Okay, it is getting the high of the week to the low of yesterday first got sold into, and the low of the overnight session was sold into. So, note that the trend is still higher. Now, if we break down, ideally, if you want to be patient for a setup, this is the setup to be patient for. Halfway back long for the week. Now, halfway back long for the week is at 30.40. Our downside target from the overnight resistance is 30.4275. So this zone right here at 30.40 for me, because we already have one test of this 52 tests. Now, this might not trade, but we are what would be a third test of the extension long. We are still bullish above these levels. The higher time frame is still up, but there is an opposing short that has had its participation. The problem really just is that the higher time frame longs are still the trend in play. So that 30.40 would be the support level that we would trade if we broke below, and we need to be aware of the 31.10 resistance level here today in the ES. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to delete this fib and just leave up just basically a level at 31.10. And that's also a previous swing mark on the daily chart, this 31.10. There we go. Just make it a dotted blue line or dashed. If we can clear those highs, if we can clear that short, there'll be a halfway back from longs, possibly into the close. Moving on to the Dow. Now, the Dow is a little weaker here off of its extension. So if there's any market I expect to trade the 50% retracement for the week first, it would be the Dow session, actually 10 points, which really isn't a lot relative to the range. The hourly range is 160 points in the Dow, and it was during the Asian session, so it wasn't like there was a lot of volume there. We are still inside of this extension here in the Dow, but that 50% retracement is right below that level. It's right below that level. And then there's also a daily previous high. So I would actually look at this daily previous high here. That orange line, that is a zone. If we got down into 25,393 that I would like. Now, same thing, there is these overnight or these halfway backs that are getting sold into where they're targets. That target for the halfway back from just Wednesday's high to low leads us down into this dashed orange line, which I believe is let me actually double check. That might be I'm pretty sure it's a previous daily high. Just want to go to the daily chart. See, it goes to the weekly chart. Pain. And it might actually just be an hourly support level. I'm trying to figure out where. it's actually the swing high here from Wednesday. That's what that is. The swing high here from Wednesday. But regardless, there's an hourly leg start there. It's a gap fill from Friday. So that level, I don't know if we're going to trade it, but if we do, would be a hot spot for me. Moving on to the NQ, which what don't we do in the NQ? Short it, joke, but seriously, the higher time frame chart in the NQ has an upside profit target of 10,532, or another 600 points above us, basically. The extension in the Nasdaq is the most aggressive, and it is from 96.23 half to high. Now this traded into the close on Monday. It traded on Tuesday, and we've made a new high on Wednesday. The other markets did not get a new high. And then, if you just draw this anchor to the new high, you can see where we came into that 38.2 in the overnight session. If at any point we retest this 50 zone, that's your higher time frame. I don't think the Nasdaq is going to get that halfway back. The other indexes can get their halfway back, especially the Dow. The halfway back in the Nasdaq, unless we get a total and complete breakdown, that's right now about 250 points below where we're currently trading. It's a pretty significant move. Definitely not out of the possibility of range reach for the Nasdaq, but I would think the Nasdaq would just retest the 98.35 here, the 98.35. All right, and then oil is inside of this extension that's been holding since Monday. The anchor's at 35.30. Now we keep breaking above the opposing moves and then retesting it, but we've spent some time up there. What I'm looking for here this morning is, in the oil inventory report came out yesterday, so the 37.95 retest here, a 37.95, which is the 50% retracement from Tuesday's low, 37.95. For the USD JPY, we broke down 52s or break above the 107.15s. We've traded a 50% retracement short from Wednesday's high to low. We haven't completed targets. So, either we get up, I have a resistance level 107.75, or if we start breaking down, there's a possibility that we begin extensions. But right now we are at the bottom of the range without a short completion. So there's nothing new to do there. For the Aussie dollar, these currencies have been pretty sloppy here. There's not really a trend going on. Like I said, we broke shorts Monday, broke longs Tuesday, and then we're just sitting inside of a consolidation. So, there is a retest of support at 68.16, a profit target of a short down at the 6,800, but right now, not interested in anything in the Aussie dollar. The euro, the only thing I'm interested in here is, so we have a 110.07 anchor, which goes back to May 21st to the high of June 5th. We traded that 38% retracement, and then that same anchor to the new high, the 50, is currently the low. The 111.95 is the original 50 and an incredible leg start going back to the 4th. I would prefer to see the euro break down to 111.95. This is a very important zone for me. And there was a 50% retracement short that traded yesterday. That's target is right on that level. So I would see a breakdown to 111.95 here in the euro, and then a total incomplete reversal. That might happen tomorrow with that ECB event. Well, we will have to watch for it. The pound here is retesting some supports, but we are in a very strange extension short. And you literally have to go to the 5-minute chart to see this extension short. And it goes back to what is, so the breakdown that began on the 16th, which is Tuesday. And then it was the 4th time here. Actually, that got front run. The 4th time traded here this morning and completed its profit target. So we are very, very close to completing profit target. Once we complete that target, we will have a same anchor new low from the 126.66. So we are running into a completion here for the GBP USD, and between 135.95 and the 135.24. I would like to see a touch of this lower level down here at this 134.61. There's a broken short. Traded, it broke, it traded. So if we can complete that, we'll be running into what is a previous daily swing low. So this 134.60 zone is what I continue to watch for, 134.60 zone. Moving on to gold. Interesting. So we sat inside of this halfway back Tuesday, we broke it Wednesday, and then we ran up into what is the completion here overnight, and then we went straight back to the 50. So once again, chop fest. I'm not even going to move this draw. We came off this support this morning. We had a 10-point rally, but we're 1, 2, 3 days in a row. Okay, 3 days in a row. If once gold can get above the 1754, which I imagine when it does, it's going to happen pretty fast. I am going to actually just, let me see here, edit properties, price level, orange, doom. What you will blah blah what you will see when we do break out is it'll be an extension series. We'll see a breakout, but we have 1, 2, like you can see this market continues to close above 1731. We're below it. Close above 1731, close above 1731, close above 1731, close above 1731. And so this market is dipping, but it's getting bid. And I don't normally pay too much attention to the daily candles, but this is pretty obvious that there's a clear accumulation under this level. So look for long series to begin. So if you go down to the 5-minute chart, I said it yesterday, gold is actually the most technical market. All right. There we are. So we've come out of this low. I'm going to drop this first halfway back long. If we can stick this and start running, pay attention to gold. It actually had a really technical day yesterday. It was an extension series over and over and over again. It was from the high of 125.9, once a target, twice a target, 3 times, 4 times, and then we completed that higher time frame and came all the way back down. So 4 extensions to targets, 4 same anchor new highs. Silver is about to trade a laser setup, So we have what is the entire triple bottom, just this rejection or support, 1747.5, over and over and over and over again. That's now the halfway back. These were the resistance levels I had up. This moved up. We're moving into that level here very soon. Very soon. But that is going to wrap up my morning trade plan. I'll share my levels with every one of you. Everybody have a wonderful day. Trade safe, take care, and I will catch you guys later in the room. Talk to you then. These were the resistance levels I had up. This moved up. We're moving into that level here very soon. Very soon. But that is going to wrap up my morning trade plan. I'll share my levels with every one of you. Everybody have a wonderful day. Trade safe, take care, and I will catch you guys later.